This is Radio M, Switzerland.
Hello and welcome back to Radio M. We are coming at you live from Montana, Institut Montana in Switzerland. My name is Ian Diedrichsen. I'm 15 years old and I'm from Switzerland, Canada.
My name is Louis Zemp and I'm also from Switzerland and my age is 14 years.
Today we will be interviewing a very special person. He's a two-time Olympic gold medalist. He won 7 international medals. And he's also a sports journalist athlete of the year winner. This is Ioannis Melissanidis.
Hello guys, thank you for your invitation.
Ioannis, my first question to you is, how was your path to the Olympics? How did you overcome the struggles that you faced?
Could you please repeat the question, because our connection is not that good at the moment.
So my question was, how was your path all the way to the Olympics? How did you overcome the struggles that you faced to get here?
I'm pretty much sure you know this Greek hero Odysseus. So it's kind of, a trip to Ithaca, which means a beautiful journey. That's what counts above all. I mean, a gold Olympic medal, it's the big target. But above all is the journey and the process. And it's not an easy journey. It's a journey with a lot of injuries, mental issues. The athletes, we have a lot of pressure during the training with our coaches, especially in this kind of sport, that you start to be as an elite athlete at the age of 12, 13. So when I was 13, I was already European champion in gymnastics. And at the age of 16 and a half, 17, I was world champion. So that means that I was a student like you in a school, but I have to have on my chest the Greek flag, our national flag, and the Olympic flag, which is quite heavy, to be honest, coming from Greece especially. Because it's the birthplace of the Olympics. It was a beautiful journey, but all these difficulties that you have to face during this process, during this journey, those are who makes you a strong person and strong character. Doesn't necessarily, we the athletes fall many times, literally and psychologically, but what counts above all, if you fall 3 times, you have to stand up the 4th time. It's always the winner is the person that is gonna stand up when it's all these difficulties, and I say, no, I don't give up. I'm still training. I'm still focused to my dream.
He and I, we are both athletes as well, not as good as you are. But still, what advice could you give us if we want to step up our game, become a better athlete when we are right on that border of maybe being something better?
For me, above all, you have to enjoy what you do. If it's something that your parents want to, or your teachers want to, or they told you that you're talented on that, it's a bullshit. If you really, really want to achieve your dream, you can do it. The gold medal that I dedicate to my country, and with the help of my coach and my parents, was the first one in 100 years in Greece. That was the first ever, which means Greece was very good in sailing, for example, basketball, wrestling, swimming, but we never had any gold medal on the floor exercises in gymnastics, which means it was unthinkable. I'm coming back to your question. If you really focus to your dream, if you enjoy the process, if you eat well, an athlete, our body is our warrior machine. So you have to respect it. You have to listen to your body when it hurts, or when he needs a little rest, or sometimes you have to overwhelming your pain. You might, most of my competition is in my career, I had a serious or less serious issues. I've been competed with broken ribs, with 2 broken ribs, but I still got a world medal. I had like 4 stress fractures on my legs, 4 stress fractures on my hands, but that was something that I say, okay, that hurts. It's painful psychologically mostly because you can see the other athletes to move forward, but you have to be patient, which is another very powerful tool, to be patient and passionate in what you really want to achieve. So anybody, either if you're an athlete or if you want to achieve to be the best to achieve the Nobel Prize in biology, you have to love it. You have to be passionate, patient, and to enjoy the process no matter what.
And how did you overcome these problems that you faced? How can we overcome these?
Well, a lot of personal work. I was very lucky. I'm lucky that I had great parents. They were always supporting my dreams. But for them, the most important was my education, and not secondary or third priority for them was my Olympic dream. They were full supporting my Olympic dream. But for them, above everything, I thought it was like a kind of negotiation with my coach, that my grades always has to be high, and then you can just squeeze him and do whatever you want. Squeeze him in training to achieve his dream and our dream, our national dream. But what counts for our son is his education. Now that I'm in that age, I can understand them 100%. Because that education built a strong foundation in my character. Because when I was already world champion, I was student in a high school. I was 16, 17. When I became Olympic champion, which means, especially in Greece, a national hero, I was just 18 and 19 years old. I was, a teenager. To face that, it was not easy with all this huge publicity. But when you have a strong education, your mind can get crazy. You can feel that you are a real hero, or you can feel that you're a Greek god. You can feel that you are a superhero because they treat you like that. So once that your education and your foundation is strong by your parents, or if you build it by yourself or with your coach, then this is some strong advice that I usually avoid to give advices. It's better to have a dialogue. So if you accept it, it's okay. If you don't accept it, it's okay again. But for me, education, which doesn't mean always high grades, of course, but a strong education, it will build your character, and you can negotiate your dream. You can, with people that they might try to step you down. You will see that you are still very young, 14, 15 years old. But in the coming future, you will meet people that will pretend that you're friends, or you will meet people that, because of the competition, they might say, "Oh, you're not good on that." And they do it specifically to break you down. But if you have a strong character, and a strong character is also it's built by education, besides your own personality, of course, then it's something that I highly suggest to you. Be passionate for your dream and educate yourself, not necessarily only in your classes and lessons, but have your ears open, your eyes open, suck everything that is around you, information, liberty, freedom. Be involved with politics in a nice way. We can have war next to us, like what is happening, for example, in Gaza or in Ukraine, or I don't know where it's going to happen next time. Hopefully not. So we have to stand up and say, okay, this is good, this is not good, this is right, this is not right. Build your strong opinion. That's what I do in my life.
Okay, thank you very much. My question is, if you could change something that you did when you were younger, what is it? Or what
Nothing.
would it be? Nothing.
Nothing. We learn from our mistakes. That's the beauty in life. If we were just perfect, it's so boring. And nothing. How can I say? There is no beauty if you are not accept your mistakes, or if you, because then you're gonna have always regrets. Oh, I want to do that, but I didn't do that. I mean, it's better to make mistakes instead of not try. If you don't try, you don't know if you want to win or not win. I mean, nothing. Of course, I have you have done mistakes. I have done mistakes. I will do mistakes, but those mistakes, you learn from that. You learn from that.
And for anybody just joining us, this is Radio M coming at you live from Institut Montana, Zugerberg in Switzerland. My name is Ian Diedrichsen. I'm 15 years old and I'm Swiss Canadian. And this is my friend Louis Zemp, who is 14 years old and Swiss. And today we have a very special guest, Ioannis Melissanidis. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. He's a two-time Olympic gold medalist, won 7 international medals, and was voted by Sports Journalist Athlete of the Year. My next question to you, Ioannis, how big of a role did your parents play in becoming an Olympic champion?
Everything that I achieved in sports or in my education. I was student in medicine as well, besides my athletic career. Studying also in London and in Los Angeles at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. So my parents always were behind my education. So whoever I am today, I own almost everything to them and to my coach, of course, and to myself. It's good sometimes to hug, give a big hug to ourselves, because in sports especially, we are very we punish ourselves because we always want something better and better, which is not bad, but sometimes it's good also to give a big hug to ourselves for whatever we try and whatever we want to do. Maybe we cannot make it today, maybe we cannot make it tomorrow, but if you still focus on your dream, it will happen for sure. Mathematically, it's gonna happen.
How was your connection with your coach? Did he help you through these phases, as you just said? Was he important in that area?
My coach is and it will be my Socrates. My coach is everything for me. There is a very special connection, mentally, psychologically. We were talking with eyes at some points, when you are, 18, 19, then he doesn't have to be always around you because you are a big boy. Then we can speak just with eyes and say, okay, do that. That was a mistake. That point your toes or twist better with just simple movements with hands. We can understand everything. And he dedicates his life 100% for my dream, which is something that I will always be very grateful for what he did. Because many people they want to help you, okay, but they prioritize, which I don't judge it, of course, the business part or the professional part. My coach, he was very focused on his professional career, of course, but he dedicated part of his life for me, to my dream. I mean, he had a family with 4 children. Many times we had to go to Russia, to Belarus, in Spain, for training camps in Germany, in Switzerland. I've been a couple of times there for competitions, for training camps, which I love it. And he had to, of course, I was not an adult, so he has to be with me, and he's my coach. So many times he was away from his own family. So how can I not appreciate that?
And also, how did you deal with the stress that you got maybe from your rivals, thinking that they may be training more than you or performing better than you? How did you deal with that pressure on you?
Oh, I never see other people that they were better than me. Never. I was always very confident in myself that if I'll do what I can do, I can beat them, and I prove it. I mean, in a sport that is not objective criteria, because, as I told you, it was the first gold Olympic medal, the first world medal, the first European medal for Greece in the history of gymnastics for Greece. Which means I don't have 3 eyes or 3 noses or 4 legs. I'm a one like you. I just dedicate myself, my passion, everything. I give everything. I gave, and I'm still giving my soul to what I really want to achieve. So it's everything action, reaction. So if you give your everything that you have, if not tomorrow, if not the day after tomorrow, it will happen. Your dream is gonna come true. So I've never focused into other athletes if they are better, but I will always appreciate that they're really good athletes. So if I can inspire from the older ones, or if I can see a technique that was better from our technique, because they were doing the same to me as well, and that was a great honor. So this is that means that you are clever enough to deal with this situation. Is exchanging information, and you always have a big respect to great athletes. But I've never felt that I have something less from them. I mean, Greece, 11 million the population. China it was second in the Olympics, 1.3 billion, right? And Russia was third. And both, besides they are a huge population, they are great academies in gymnastics. So without objective criteria, because gymnastics it's like Eurovision, guys, huh? So there is no like a measure. A long jumper jumps, and then the judge measure objectively how long he jumped. If you make a high jump, then they measure how high you jump. If you run 100 meters, there is a time criteria, objectively 100%, that you run 10.20 seconds. So the athletes on that sport, they know before if they will give their best, they will get what they deserve. Not in gymnastics, not in diving. Why? Because we have human being judges. So which means coming from a country like Switzerland, like Greece, or like Italy, that it's not a big academy in gymnastics like China, Japan, Russia, Belarus, Ukraine. It was always, if the Russians do something good, they will give what they deserve, or even something more, even slightly more. But if you are from Spain, for example, or from Switzerland, from Greece, and you do something good, you have to wait. Or you have to be even more better than them in order to take what you really deserve. So which means if I did it in that sport, that there are not objective criteria, and I beat those 2 huge academies, China and Russia, you can do that, guys, too. In any field that you want, in sports, in biology, in poetry, in acting, in whatever you really want to do it, you can do it. Passion and patient.
Did they ever annoy you? Because I know, for example, I will definitely be annoyed if I was voted subjectively and I felt I did better than what I was voted. You too?
Yeah, I would say so.
How did you deal with that when you maybe sometimes felt that they didn't give you the score that you deserved? Or did that never really happen?
I was very, I was upset. And I say, why? You when you're young, then you face at the age of 13 and 14 the unfairness of life, because unfortunately, La Vita è Bella, it's a beautiful movie, Oscar-winning movie. La Vita è Bella, you should see that, guys. La Vita è Bella in English means life is beautiful, which is very beautiful, of course, right? But life is always, many times, also unfair. So when it's unfair, either you just accept it, which is not bad sometimes to just accept it and wait in order to attack. Or if you really want to attack in that moment and say this is unfair, you have to fight for your work, then go for it. And I have done it. I mean, when I was in the world champion in Birmingham in UK, and I was 15 years old, and I did a really good performance. And I was expecting to be in the finals. And when you're in the finals, you are a nominee to win a medal. And then I was like a first reserve. In the finals, there are 8 athletes. I was like 9 or 10th, I don't know. And I was so upset. And then my coach, he could see me. And I said, this is unfair. I was much better than them. Why they have to be in the finals when I was better? And then the head judge of the entire competition, at the end of the competition, they knew that they did something wrong. So he approached my coach and he said, your athlete is really, really good. Next time he will be in the finals if he will do the same thing. And then I reply when my coach told me. So this is not how things are working in my personal ethical code. But this is gymnastics. That's their reply. This is diving. I mean, when there is objective, not objective criteria, then you have either quit, which I didn't, or wait and say, okay, now it's my moment that I'll prove you that that what you did last year, it was a huge mistake, and I did it.
So thank you very much for giving us your time. We have to wrap it up now. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you later. This was Radio M. My name is Ian Diedrichsen. I'm 15 years old.
I'm Louis Zemp. I'm 14 years old.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Keep dreaming.
Right. And we are cutting to me for a second here. I just want to thank everybody who has joined us today. We have a giant classroom of all age groups. So you guys are from all over the world. We have Ukraine. We have, where are you from? Thailand. Croatia. Thailand. Where? Uzbekistan. China. Croatia. Switzerland. Lithuania. Croatia.
Switzerland and Canada.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes. Switzerland and Canada. And you? Switzerland. And you? Yes.
Spain and Italian.
Spain and Italian. Cary Harrison with you. I have such a gift that I get to be with these incredible kids, that we get to bring people like Ioannis Melissanidis, a Greek Olympiad, that we get to do all of this stuff together because there's a school here in Switzerland up in the Alps that allows this, because they believe, like our Greek Olympic winner, that education is everything and there are no limits to how much you get to know. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I want to thank our 2 superheroes, Ian Diedrichsen and Louis Zemp. Thank you guys so much for hosting this today. And thank all of you for having come in today. Very much appreciate it. And we will see you soon.